What is going on, guys? It's the Mad Dragon. It's a Wednesday. It's our once-a-week update coming in now for Rugby 25. As usual, we'll be putting the old timestamps in the timeline and the description as well, so you can jump to any section you want to. This week's update, got a few things to go over, which I'm glad about, because last week's update left, I think, everyone feeling pretty underwhelmed, shall we say. The last few updates may have been pretty bad. The game has been really taking some knocks down. The comment section has been sort of in three camps. Some of you guys are like the Emperor in Star Wars. You're like, here he comes. He's coming over to the dark side. He's finally given up on this game. Some of you guys are there with me. You're like, I've stuck with this game now for like 2 years, but yeah, it is not getting there. We're really struggling at the minute, and some of you guys are actually still really heavily defending this game, so you're really enjoying it. One person even called me out. They said like, oh, play me and I'll show you how good it is. Like, playing you doesn't show me how good this game objectively isn't. So we'll jump into the patch notes to get us started out with. I've got a few things to talk about from the weekend as well with this one. So starting out with the patch notes for this update: balanced run speed. Oh god, balanced the forward and back movement speed. We've read that like 3 times. Still doesn't feel like it's implemented, but we'll have a closer look and if that's working or not. Balanced offloads tuned how late a successful offload can occur. Very late timing will result in a greater errant passes. I like that idea, because at the minute it's a bit of a spam fest for just doing the offload. So I kind of like the idea of the later you leave it, the worse the offload will be. Makes it sound a bit more realistic. Even though actually, when I think about it in terms of like actual rugby, if you've got your hands clear some time after the tackle, you could probably get a good throw. That's that middle ground where, yeah, if you're already sort of wrapped up, you just sort of pop in a pass out, it goes a little bit wrong. But I don't mind that too much for a video game. Corrected dummy pass input. Resolved issue preventing dummy passes. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not even sure I knew dummy pass was in the game. We'll have a look at the little tutorial menu and see if that gives us some option of how to do that, because I genuinely don't know. Improved joining rucks. Prioritized joining rucks by player role, with forwards having priority. Resolved issue of teleportation into rucks. There was plenty of teleportation going on last week. I like that idea that, you know, the forward's more likely to get into it. I'm really hoping that doesn't mean it's going to, like, drag forwards from miles away to run to a ruck, and backs will still be able to get into a ruck. But if a forward is closer, you kind of want to see them get involved in a ruck to secure it. Improved career contract offers. Balance the expected salary ranges for players. Corrected cases where inaccurate contracted messages were displayed. Does anyone play in the career mode of this? I genuinely don't know. Improved kicking. Difficulty balancing for kicking. Difficulty balancing. Is there a lot of difficulty kicking? Adjustments to trajectories and corrected box kick UI. Yeah, there was a lot of issues with the box kicks. They had that circle go along the ground, but the kick went miles beyond the circle, so hopefully it's a bit more realistic. We'll do some box kicks there. I guess we're going to have to do 2 decently rated teams today to test quite a few of these things out. And then finally, of course, improve stability, the stability that we all love. Now, quickly before we jump into to today's update with actually playing it, a few issues from the weekend. I don't know if they put out another update. I was playing on the Xbox over the weekend and had some big issues return to the game, and I don't know whether they did a little mini update and I kind of missed, or they didn't put it out anywhere that they did. I did put it on the FAQ page for any of you guys who've seen it. I had my first game. I had 84 missed tackles when I was playing as a slightly lower rated team. They literally couldn't tackle anything. The AI handoff and the sidestep was every single carry. Some of them had it on like a handoff and a sidestep on a single carry. Players falling off tackles. Was all over the place. Literally could barely get a tackle off. The AI offload then became a ghost, whoever received that first pass, so I couldn't tackle them. We had the watermelon kicks, where when you kick off the tee, the ball would rotate 90 degrees and then fly like a watermelon rolling downhill. And then one that was genuinely just a poor thing to be able to see again. Scrum half picking up the ball and running sideways across the pitch. The AI defense can't register your running. I don't know what was going on. You could literally pick up with the scrum half and run sideways. It's not the same as the exploit we've seen since Early Access 1. This was like a break. Like, if you pick up with a scrum half, the AI couldn't react to you, nor could your team's AI react to it. They just stood there and waited for you to run forward. So I have a couple of examples of that, so I'm sure I will put them on screen for you of me running completely sideways with the AI standing there watching me do it and running over for try. So, a lot of issues still coming in, even past the updates that I was already not enjoying. Now, quickly, let's take a look at these settings, these control settings. Right, how are we doing the dummy pass? Where does it tell us how to do a dummy pass? I genuinely don't know. I'm going to guess it's to do with, like, using the pass buttons very close to each other. Does it tell us anywhere on here? Pass to the fullback. I don't think that even works anymore. I think so many of these button combinations aren't true. Okay, so I've checked all them. There's nothing there for dummy pass. So I'm going to have a guess it's like left, right pass quickly. I don't know. We'll sort of try and work it out as we go. Let's jump into a game. Let's play some higher rates. Let's do France. Because I kind of want to see if that scrum half thing is still broken. So I want someone speedy like Antoine Dupont to sort of show off. Should we do France, England? Bit of a different game. Let's do that. Let's jump on hardest. Start to France, and let's jump in and take a look at it. So we've got balanced run speed. We're going to be taking a look at the offloads. We're going to try dummy passes. Let's have a look at the rucks to see what's improved there. The box kicking and trajectories will be one to have a look at as well. Do I care about the career contracts? Not really. Right, here we are. Let's just skip all that and get kicked off. Oh yeah, I have Ramos kick on here on the Xbox. I still have Rowan Entwick. I've never changed it. Right, let us jump in. Let's kick this one nice and long and see if we can get someone. Oh, first issue. I don't have the ability to sprint from the kickoff. Watch these guys. They're all like jog. I don't have the ability. I don't have the ability to sprint after the ball. Superb. Let's get into a more. Let's begin this nice and early today. Oh! Don't worry, guys. We got rid of the teleporting balls. Did we get rid of the teleporting balls? No. No, we didn't. That hasn't worked. Fantastic. Okay. My maul is all over the place. They're still going to do this thing. Oh, no. Come on. Is that now the forwards sprinting? They're running at, like, no speed. Oh, I can still just take turnovers for fun, apparently. Hang on, I want to have a look at this. Well, I can chuck this out to BLBRE because their defensive line is nowhere. Oh, my God. Oh, here come my speedy forward. Oh, my God. Hang on. Right, let's get this to a forward. Here we go, boys. Charging up the line. Look at what is this? I can't get people in the ruck because they're all so slow. I mean, my faith in the updates has been shaken royally in the last couple of updates. Oh, we're through! Oh, no, we're not through because we can't... I can't hold on to a ruck because my forwards are so slow, they can't make it to the ruck in time before a turnover happens. Oh my God. How?
Take them back.
How? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Well, they're going to box kick. Let's see how the box kick looks. Oh, yeah, well, we're going to catch it. Right, let's see how fast Damien Pinot is. Has he still got... oh no. I don't know. I don't know. This has caught me, but I can't get into a ruck. I can't get into a ruck. This isn't a case of it like, oh, you're playing on hardest. I am spamming B, and all of my forwards. You can literally see all of my forwards obviously have now got the priority. Keep your eyes here on like 6, 8, and 3. But they take so long. This is now normal play speed. Look how long they take. They're not even in. They didn't even get in by the time the AI had got 3 players in. They didn't even make it to the ruck, so I can't win a ruck. I am gobsmacked. Oh, I somehow won that back. So it seems like the defensive team has an almighty advantage at the minute. Let's go for kick distances. Oh, that's a beautiful kick by Damien Pinot. Well, we can no longer run. Oh, and they'll knock it out. Let's go for a quick throw. Let's see what breaks. Oh, another quick throw. Back to me again. They've still not fixed quick throw-ins. Slowly does it, but look how slow they are to get into the ruck. Oh, there's just nobody there. Well, luckily, I can hunt down... Hang on. Slowly, slowly. Can we get a turnover? Yep, because they're not at the ruck. Oh, my goodness. Spamming B, spamming B. We've managed to hold on to one. It's incredible. Good for a late offload. Oh, my guy actually made it through. I shouldn't have gone for the pass. Slowly, slowly. Don't know how we've held on to that one. Let's charge T-Bow Flamon into the line. We'll go through for a try. Oh, man. Whatever they have done, balanced run speed, I would call that broken run speed. Everyone is so slow on the field. It is bizarre. It feels so weird. For a game that was really high pace, high intensity, it was kind of... It wasn't quite as bad as it was for, like, Rugby 22. But, like... The pace felt, I don't know, but like kind of okay. And forward, the backs were still very, very quick. The problem was that the forwards were just equally as fast. It was like everyone had a top speed and everyone just reached it. Whereas now the forwards literally feel like it's so slow, and it's impacted everything. Like everyone is so slow to get in. Oh, I did not want to do that. Let me try and run around. Well, Tommy Freeman's quick, to be fair to him. Hang on, I literally, look how slow they are to the ruck. Let me do a pickup with the Antoine Dupont and see if this is still broken. Yeah, that's still broken. That's still broken. You can still just run laterally with the scrum half and get through. Everyone is so slow. Let's go for a kick over the top. Look how slow everyone is. Oh my goodness. I genuinely, it's not often when I play this game that I have nothing to say. But it's just like, the forwards are so slow. There's no effort to just like, you can just sort of run around the side of them. Man, this is tough. What else can we test out? Let's test some other stuff out, because sprinting's not going to be one of them I'm going to enjoy today. I can already tell that. I don't know if I'm just being like uncharitable, but genuinely the pace feels so off for how slow they get into the... Well, let's do... Whoa! Here we go. Right, so the box kick UI has certainly now gone further to showcase how far you're box kicking, which is fine. So at least that is now more representative of what you're actually working with. I would still like it to be the idea that you could shoot... I mean, they just... You know, I understand. I understand this is Ellis Genge, right? He's a prop, so he shouldn't necessarily be, like, bursting through the line. But Ellis Genge has enough pace on him that when he takes the ball here... Again, it's the issue, you know... Isn't that so weird? What have we played here? Like, is this like the third phase of play? And they make a break here through the line, which is the AI classic move, which is one pass on the inside, first receiver, as my players run away from it. But Ellis Genge is tackled here by two wingers. Damien Pinot and BLBRE have come in. We're in the middle of the field. You know, why are they guarding that midfield between the two of them? The roll thing still feels off to me. But then let's just play it at like full speed. You can see Ellis Genge, like, he's just... There's just no fear of that. Like, he's got such a gap. You look at what he's actually working with. You know, from there, I'm expecting him to get to at least here. He should probably be on the charge, but he's not even a bit of the way. Because he's so slow now that they can just hunt him down. Oh man, I'm not a fan of that switch they've made. I don't know how's the AI going to break away now to even... I mean, the only way AI was even scoring tries against me was because they make that run where they basically just hit a gap because your defensive line doesn't work. And they make a little burst through. Oh my god, an injury! Are we going to see a substitute coming in for Marcus Smith? Is the AI going to forcefully do a substitute? That's what they said, right? We haven't seen one in any of these videos since that update came in. Let's see if it... Let me just show you the Antoine Dupont... cheat thing here. Let me run sideways. Doopy-doopy-doo. Nobody running forwards, nobody running forwards. There we go. Let me just make some numbers up. Well, that was a rubbish pass, but you get the idea. Let's see if we can run around the outside. Oh, Marcus Smith dives on the ground. BLBRE. Bursting away. You kind of feel like it could be a good try, but it just doesn't feel like it. I don't feel a great sense of reward there for what felt like quite a nicely well-worked try of doing a few passes, a few offloads along the way. It felt nice, but it's like... But it all stemmed from just running sideways with Antoine Dupont. And then the forwards aren't fast enough to do anything about it. Still haven't seen a substitute queued for Marcus Smith yet to get him off with his injury. We'll see if he's still on second half. They're kicking off, right? So we'll be able to tell very, very quickly. Well, we're up to 21-0. The offload game, I don't necessarily feel like I've seen a huge difference. I don't really need to do that many offloads. Maybe we should do some more offloads. Let's do some actual testing. I've oh boy. Up steps Ellis Genge. Into the right. like the game can't adjust for that. Can it? It can't pick it somebody else to take it. Is Marcus Smith off? Is Marcus Smith still on, by the way? They said, right, the substitute was going to be better. So he has come off. Marcus Smith has come off. Harry Randall has come on for him. Who are the... Hang on. So Harry Randall has come on at scrum half for England. Even though they have Finn Smith on the bench. So it doesn't find a like-for-like comparison. It's not like, oh, the fly halves go off, let's put a fly half on. It's put Harry Randall on for, I'm going to guess, because he's got a secondary role as a fly half. So they've now got a scrum half on at fly half. Still with the goal-kicking logo to say he's the guy doing goal-kicking, so therefore should be doing the kickoffs as well, right? Set goal kicker. Yeah, goal kicker is so he should be kicking off. Ellis Genge is kicking off. Meanwhile, Finn Smith is stuck on the bench and should have come on for him. Like, that's just... the substitute has worked somewhere. It's done it at half-time or whatever, but, like, it's not done it well, is it? It's not picked the correct person to come on. Substitute's still not being picked. Rugby 22 had that down at launch. And that's the thing that annoys me, is that when you can now compare this game to Rugby 22, you get to see how much stuff Rugby 22 really got right. Straight from the off. We are now 2 months, 20 updates later. We still don't have the game substituting the correct players on for the right person. Everyone is so slow. It looks so odd to me. And it might be because... nobody's running around me. It might be because I have played so much of this game. I'm so used to the speed. Maybe if you guys haven't yet bought this game and you just only watch rugby and you're seeing this for the first time, you might go, well, I like that. It's kind of a realistic level of pace. They're not breaking away. But this is jarringly slow to me. Everyone is just so slow at getting anywhere. And you can see the knock-on effects at, like, the rucks and stuff. Oh, I've still not got the ball. Hang on. Right, let's try the boxing again. Can't box kick. Go for a normal pass then. Let's go for a long-range kick down there. They haven't picked it up. They haven't picked it up again. So the fullbacks are back to not always picking it up. Slowly does it. Who was offside? Let's kick the touch here. I just don't believe these offsides. Oh my god, just the amount of issues. So who was offside here? So I'm going to guess they mean Ben Earl. So even though he doesn't interfere with anything, like he's coming back on front, but now the players are slower. They're now slower. They can't get back on side and speed. So I've gone for a kick to touch. I still can't. Hold on! I take it back. I don't know why it set me up to face this way. You can now kick to the corner. My god. It's not in the patch notes. But, unless they mean that adjustments to trajectories. But you can now kick to either corner. I don't know what foot I kicked it with. Did I actually kick it with my right foot this time? Hang on. Nope, still left-footed. Okay, still kicking it left-footed, but we can now actually kick to corner. Fantastic. Right, let's get everyone in for a maul. Let's see if the maul tries still work here. Not doing anything. No skill involved with this. I'm literally holding down the right trigger. as we march forwards. England not able to do anything about it. Oh, the England line is now offside. They're all bunching up. Still just a broken mechanic in the game. You can still do driving maul tries for fun. It's pretty effortless. 26-0. I'm not even, like, trying to score. Like, I'm not, you know, going out my way to. Just sort of playing around. Here's the bundle. Everyone's in. Glad to see Tommy Freeman in there as a defensive maul player from a line-out. You know, that's what you want to be seeing. Nothing like chucking a winger in a big forward pack game. Dummy pass. We haven't checked out dummy pass. Oh, look, because I swapped teams and came back, Harry Randall's now the kicker. Fantastic. Here we go. Oh, boy. Only Finn Smith was around to get on for them. Oh, my God, ran away from that one. That's the first time I think I've ever seen that. Right, let's try a dummy pass then. Slowly does it. In we get. Right, let's try a dummy pass. I'm going to have a guess at buttons then. Doesn't feel like it's pass then pass. Don't know what else it would be. Get on the outside there. The speed differential between BLBRA and some of the players feels better, actually. Very interesting, the backs feel better. Like, they feel like they've had a decent level of pace. I was able to get around Henry Slade. I'm expecting BLBRA to get around Henry Slade. It's just the forwards feel way too slow. Yeah, dummy pass, I don't know what the button is for dummy pass. There's nothing in the settings. It's not pass then pass. Oh, was he done? Was he out there? I didn't feel like he was out. Balance kicking, adjustments, trajectories for the box kick in the UI. Let me just go for an actual kick. So, hang on, let me get someone who I'm expecting to be able to kick well. So let's put Ramos or Entomac back in the pocket. Let me drop down. We go for a bit of a range kick here. Very, very slow to be able to pick that one up. The kicking distances feel like, I don't know, they feel pretty similar. Maybe they mean forward, like maybe the forwards now kick rubbish. Let me have a look. Hang on, I want to try and get number 6 here. Oh, well, use the target passing, didn't work at all. Let's see if we can take this one because they haven't got anyone in the ruck. Nope. Okay. Good chop tackle on Ellis Genge there. The ruck turnovers have changed a little bit. Oh my God. Was that multiple passes? Oh, well, they dropped it again. Okay. But they look like multiple passes in there. They've sort of come back a bit. Do I have a forward? Let's go to Greg Aldrete here. Let's see what his kicking's like. That feels like it has less weight to it than or more weight to it. Sorry, than the backs kicking. Like the backs felt like they could kick much further, whereas Aldrete didn't feel like he was getting a massive amount of distance, which is more realistic. They'll go for a box kick. They can probably get the extra. Right, let's go for a 50-22 if we can get it now with Ramos. A little bit floaty. Ball bounce not favouring us there. Oh, I was going to try and pick that up. Get in there, boys. Quick steal. Quick steal. Nope. Right, game is now in the red. England down by 28 points. Do they play on, or do I just take it back off? Maybe I just take it back off. Okay. Let's go for a drop goal. Let's see what drop goals feel like. Very high is what a drop goal feels like. Apparently I missed that. I don't really know how I missed that. I felt like I was pretty close to being in front of the post. No, I pressed replay and it went nope. Okay, well I was going to have a look at what happened with that one. Right. Thoughts and feedback time. Oh boy. So, balanced run speed, balanced forward and back movement speed. They've been changed. We can agree on that. The forwards feel demonstrably slow. It is odd. They don't even feel like they are able to sprint. It feels like they are just jogging. It is way too slow to be, maybe props. But even like Ellis Genge, right? You have a little decent burst of pace on it, right? They got to have a bit more. That needs to be tweaked a little bit more. Back movement speed. I feel like the backs actually had a couple of nice little contests in that. Like BLBRE got round Henry Slade. Damien Pinot was getting involved a little bit with some speed. You know, the backs felt a little bit better. Balanced offloads turned how late a successful offload can occur. Very late timing will result in a greater errant pass. I'm not going to lie, I don't think I noticed that much. I felt like I was still doing some pretty late passes and they were still kind of bullet into people's hands. I don't really think I had too many where I sort of let it go and it just bobbled along the ground to no one or the AI was able to get it. If that did occur, it felt more like I'd pressed pass and nobody had actually got round the side of me, and so I just threw it to them, and it's kind of one of them. I don't feel like I noticed that much. Corrected the dummy pass input. Would love to check. Would love to know. Unfortunately, it's not in any of the control settings, nor is it the left trigger passing, nor is it LBRB trying to do it quickly. I'm not entirely sure what the button combination is. If you guys know, let me know down in the comment section. Joining rucks has been improved. Prioritize joining rucks by player role with forwards having priority. That was what I said in the intro, that I was worried that it was going to drag forwards from far away to get in, rather than utilising backs who are close. And I felt a couple of times we all stood there at a ruck just twiddling our thumbs, looking at our watch, waiting for the forwards to get there, because not only have the forwards got to run from quite a distance, they are now so slow, nobody's getting to the rucks, and it just looks odd. It feels weird to have them run so slow to those rucks, so there needs to be adjusted again for me. It resolved the issue of teleportation. Oh, into rucks. Okay, teleportation into rucks has been fixed. Teleportation to malls, still there. They still teleport into a mall or out to a mall and back into a mall. Improved career contracts. I don't care. Improved kicking. Difficulty balancing for kicking. Adjustments to trajectories and corrected box kick UI. Yes! Yes! There's a tick. I can say something positive about this. Yeah, the box kick UI looks better. It's more, realistic of actually how far you're going to kick it. All that stuff looks a lot better. It still feels like you can kick a box kick pretty far. I would like it to be a little bit more flexible with how sort of angled you can make those box kicks, and you can maybe go for a cross-field box kick. And give that player the sort of utility to do it. They've changed the trajectory on the penalties. You can now kick to corner at the close corner, which feels like a very low bar, but we've got past it. Finally, we can actually do that, so that's good. And it did feel like my backs were able to kick it further than my forwards when I used Greg Aldrich compared to BLBRA. Felt like I was able to kick much further with the back. So I think that overall, that one's a positive. And then improved stability. No crashes today, so, we'll take that one from there. Overall, I don't know. Again, it's going to sit in another 50-50. The kicking feels better. The back's pace feels good. The forward pace feels oddly slow, like too slow. Like it's just apparent they're not fast at all. They can barely jog. And I find that quite jarring. The game as a whole has now taken a huge slow feel to it because everyone is slow to rucks. The game can't be played at pace. It kind of feels like the speed thing is nullifying the 5 players at the ruck as well. Made this whole change to 5 players in the ruck. Now the forwards are so slow to the ruck, it's like the defensive ruck has like a huge advantage because they're just there after the tackle. Still feel like I'm able to run sideways with the scrum half, and just the AI don't really sort of bother me that much. The turnovers and the don't see. I still felt like I was just sort of taking them. It feels trickier. Felt like I had to use X a few times in that rather than just pressing B repeatedly. I was actually having to use X to try and steal the ball a bit more, which is better. Yeah, I don't know. Middle ground for me. Oh, the kicking issue. We finally saw a sub through an injury, and they subbed on the wrong player for that position, and then it messed up the kicking rolls of the game. So Welsh games are kicking up. Still a lot of issues for me. I don't know if this is better. I don't know. It probably is. On the whole, this one is probably better than last week's and where the game was at. But ultimately, are we fixing the core problems? No. I really don't feel like we are. It feels like a few more tweaks to different areas, what can be affected, and how can we dial that up a bit, dial this one down a bit. It still feels like that. It doesn't feel like anything's necessarily changing or being fixed. It's tweaks that are coming in, which still feel a little bit extreme for me. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, guys. Always enjoy having a read through, and of course, get your feedback over to the guys on Big Ant on the old FAQ page as well, because that's the best way to get your thoughts across to those guys. I'll see you all next time, guys. I probably may not actually be for a Rugby game. It might be for a bit of Lions news, because we've got Lions stuff coming out soon. Don't know if the Lions is going to be in this game. A few people have mentioned about Lions coming to this game. I don't know if they will add them in, but you would think doable, right? They've already got all the players from like the Six Nations already in it. You feel like they could just, as long as they had the kits for the Lions. They could actually put the Lions in. That would be a fun game to just sort of chuck on just to play with the Lions team. But I'll see you all next time, guys. Bye-bye.